The biggest geoguessr tournament ever is in like 2 weeks now, and I thought what better way to lead up to the biggest tournament ever than to make a tier list of every single player competing in the Geoguessr World Cup and just kind of make my predictions on who I think is the best, who I think has the best chance to win, who I think has the least likely chance to win, what to expect from players, what not to expect, and kind of just to get you guys to know the players in the World Cup a little bit better. I don't like when people make tier lists that aren't pulling the line too much. This is going to be pretty opinionated, so if anyone participating in the World Cup is watching this, I know you are. My opinion means nothing, and this is strictly just for fun, okay? Anyone can win the World Cup. Geoguessr is insane, and best of luck to all the competitors. Let's get into it. All right, I'm here with Ziggy. All right, how do I want to start this?
I'm here with Ziggy, who was too bad to qualify.
You got eliminated by half these people, and we're here to talk shit on them. All right, I'm here with Ziggy. We're gonna make a very non-controversial tier list.
Yeah.
This is all in good fun. All the players will be watching this video, I know, so we're gonna make sure that we're not gonna be mean. We're just gonna give our honest feedback on like where we think the players stand in the World Cup, the Geoguessr World Cup, right? Also, this might be very niche to a lot of people who have no idea who these players are, but that's why we're making the video, so you guys can maybe get to know players and their strengths and weaknesses. Alok came from pre-qualies, and okay, so this is my thought. This is my immediate thought, Ziggy. Is Alok is either here or here.
For me, it's exactly the middle. He was probably, after Consus, the best performer on the pre-quali.
He might have even played better than Consus. And Consus played, I mean, Alok made like 0 blunders in the whole pre-quali and the quali.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like his average performance, though. I'm not sure if he can live up to his name.
Oh, like a location?
No, I mean to his like name in the quali.
Oh, live up to okay, okay.
Any sense.
Live up to his
expectations. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I think Alok could win. I don't think he's an underdog. He's pretty good at Russia. I mean, he has a whole map dedicated to vegetation and trees anywhere in the world. He's a tree guy. Okay, so you think could win is a good place for Alok?
Yeah, I mean, likely is already 5% win chance. I think it's a 1%, 2% range.
Yeah, I think in these players, I would say 7 to 9 players all could very easily win. And I think after that 7 or 8, it's a higher drop off. There's like a cliff under that 8 in my opinion.
Yep.
And we could probably all name the top 8. Anyone within the Geoguessr community could probably name the top 8. That's why we're here. All right, next, Anina. I mean, this one, shout out to Italy, but I think Anina is an underdog, personally.
Yeah, I also haven't seen enough lately, so I'm just going off performances in the past.
I've heard through the grapevine that Anina is a great Italian player. This is one of those where I don't really know enough about the player. All right, Blinky.
Oh, already?
We're already here.
Oh no.
Oh, this might be controversial.
I mean, we haven't said to each other which
we haven't.
Me and Ziggy, our number one
we
pick.
came to this not telling each other our thoughts at all. This isn't scripted, okay? We have no idea what each other's opinions are here. I'm gonna put Blinky at probably will win. If you guys don't know, Blinky's probably the best player in the world, arguably, right?
Probably, yeah.
In terms of like skill set around every game mode. All that matters is you have to be the best player for 2 days. And can Blinky be the best player for 2 days is the question. It's here, by the way. Is it disrespectful to even put him in probably won't win? Probably. Okay, Blinky's the GOAT. Okay, and this is also something I've thought about too. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, Ziggy. Is that I think coming into the World Cup, like most of these players haven't even face revealed, let alone talked on stream, let alone played in front of a crowd or under anything besides like a rainbow tourney that I've done in the past in front of a couple thousand people. And I think there's gonna be like this sense of nerves for most players that they're just gonna crack because Geoguessr is such a mental game. When you're nervous, your mental is not at 100%. But Blinky has the most experience playing under pressure, and I don't think I've ever seen someone be as cool, calm, and collected and doesn't look like they give a fuck about anything besides Blinky.
That's why I feel like you could make a case for him just being the best player, just because he has experience. He already won the last World Cup. He just never has any nerves. Just appears like he's just a cold machine.
I get intimidated by bro. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll keep him at probably will win. People are gonna come back to this video after the World Cup's over and they'll be like, wow, these guys are... It's like Blinky gets like 1 round eliminated in like the group stages. No, that would never happen. You played the group stages 10 times. How many times did Blinky make it through?
9.5.
9. Yeah, I agree, honestly. We might change this to number 1. We'll see. All right, CG. So CG is another person coming from the pre-qualies that was one that I think got nervous under pressure and it got to him in like a couple games, but he ended up persevering and winning. But can we keep that up in the World Cup? I think I put CG as an underdog.
I also would like to say about that, I think it's also because it's not like he is a bad player. I think you just have to be very consistent. I think he just lacks a bit of consistency.
Yeah, and this is everyone in this World Cup is insanely good at geoguessr. CG, his strengths are moving, or is he more of a no-moving player nowadays? He has a great skill set in moving. I don't know if he's considered a moving main though, you know? The format of the tourney isn't really favoring moving players as much as it is no-move players.
I have to agree with that. If you don't find info in 1 round, the multipliers are gonna stack very quickly. You have to not be reliant on info. You have to be just all around good with
the winner of this tournament can't miss very many rounds at all. It's like round 6 is gonna be like 5x multi. And when you're in 5x multi, and even like you don't know one smallest thing about Russia, that I guarantee you a couple of these players in this that we'll get to know, even if it's the copyright or the car smudge, that is a difference between some players that it's like you need that edge to advance. Okay, So I think we agree with CG here. We're being pretty thorough here. I like it, Ziggy. Also, anyone that theoretically could win this tournament, I think
there will be upsets for sure.
There will be tons of
this
upsets.
Format, this is wild. I mean, some of these players have been grinding for 2 or 3 years. This is pretty much what they have been grinding to.
The Rainbow tourneys walked, so the World Cup could run. All right, so if you guys don't know what I was referencing there, these are the tournament stats from all my tourneys. Prize money earned, how people ranked, how many times they made it to the finals, and everything like that. I'll put this in the description if those are interested. But you'll see a lot of familiar faces up here. Look at me.
Ziggy Rainbow.
Hey, let's go Ziggy
RC. Only the last 12 weeks.
Oh, player ranking. Yeah, okay. So Steak, Debray,
This is all the tournaments.
I mean, I'm like way down there, bro. I'm not even sure if like, where am I?
I think you're pretty high up
because, what the heck? Oh, we had a couple
because
wins.
Tournaments played.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. Look at appearances, 38. I think this is like a fair representation. I'm not saying that just because I'm 12 and JHK is 14th that I'm better than JHK and RC and Blinky, but it is a pretty good sign. All right, this is a tough one.
A big one, yeah. Consos has one thing, and that is consistency. I don't think I've seen him make like a big blunder or something in like a no-move game ever.
Even his like blunders on like NMPZ, you're like, oh, that's justifiable. Like every guess he makes is just like logical, especially when it comes to like big countries like Indonesia where he excels so much at. When it comes to information known around the game and all of the metas in the game, like Constance has to be top 2, right? Top 3.
Yeah, top 3, I would say. He knows a lot of stuff.
All right, I think we saved the number 1 pick to win, and we put Constance here. Also, these are not in order, by the way. Like, I could put him here, like Blinky. That's not.
Yeah, that would be way too much work to rank them because the differences are so subtle. Yeah. Anything can really happen.
All right, Debray. Again, bro. Like, right?
Yeah, for me, he is a candidate between likely to win and probably will win.
I would say he's lower on the probably to win. I think Debray is, you know, Lil Wayne, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Paper chaser, tell that paper, look, I'm right behind you. Bitch, real G's move in silence like lasagna. People say
he could show up. I mean,
I think like he quit geoguessr for like 3 months. Like, yeah. Did he forget things in that period? Did he come back grinding? I think I put him in the very top here or right here, right?
Yeah. Let's save the likely to win for people like maybe the next contestant?
Fungus. Okay, I don't know much about Fungus besides shout out to Canada. He's played well in tourneys before.
I don't have enough experience with him on world map. I think likely to win is maybe a more fair assessment.
Yeah, I see him like up here, like top could win or likely to win. There's going to be some of these middle competitors that rise. All it takes is 1-2 good games and, you know, you're in the finals. If you guys don't know, only 8 people qualify for the finals on day 2, which is a very low. There's 24 people here. I think there's a top 8. Do I think all 8 of those people will make it to the finals? No, I don't, because there will be upsets because geoguessr are so volatile. Like anything can happen. You make one wrong guess in this tourney, it's kind of cutthroat. All right, geoguessr.
Could win.
Put geoguessr and could win.
Yeah. Same thing. Lacks consistency sometimes. Like
geoguessr is our friend, so we can talk more shit on geoguessr, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'll say it. Geoguessr is a one-trick pony. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, cut that. geoguessr is good at Turkey, and I love geoguessr, and he would beat me any day of the week. Yeah.
And he's handsome.
He's so handsome. Most handsome, number 1 pick to win. Yeah, easily.
I think most handsome, he definitely wins. Sorry to everyone competing, but it's very hard to compete.
I put him at, I think I could win. He also doesn't have as many games played as, like, he probably has way less games played than anyone else, right, in this tourney.
Him and Alok might be fighting for that title.
Because he spends most of his time map making or just like...
Or like playing
Turkey.
Team duels. Team duels don't show up on your profile, so you never know how many games somebody has actually played.
Exactly. 100% of my games now are private team duels or live challenges or something. They should fix that, low-key. Okay, the Giovanni, OG of the community, he used to be the GOAT. Where do we put him now? 2 years later.
Giovanni is one of 2 people that I know like nothing about right now. Couldn't tell you how good he is right now.
I haven't seen him play in a while. He's another one of those people that just grinds in silence. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. But he is top 3 OG of the community in this whole lineup here. Maybe? Surely. Top 3.
With Topodic,
RC.
Yeah, after that,
CG.
Wolf Tracker is Wolf Tracker
and CG.
Yeah.
Quirk Sauce. Okay, he's
top 5. Actually, a few legends here.
There's a lot of legends here. Shout out to dude. This game was so much fun.
Yeah.
I think Giovanni. If he won, I'd be like, oh, that's an underdog.
Oh.
Is that more biased because of I don't know much about him? Probably. Could he be here? Yes. Could he be here? Maybe. But
yeah, that's what I mean.
I just don't know enough. So
we put him in the middle.
Nah, dude, I don't know. He used to be really good back when I saw when he was active.
Yeah, he is active. I saw him sometimes in like live challenge lobbies. When I started playing, people were telling me, "Okay, this guy quit like half a year ago."
Yeah, you
so that's how far back we are talking, by the way.
All right, I think this is fair. Okay, Harmless.
Is our
I will say
boy
this:
Harmless.
me and Harmless low-key have beef. We're beefing right now. Me and Harmless are competitive, probably some of the most competitive, right? And we have this thing. We've probably played like every day for the past like week. We've played like 7 hours a day of 1v1s. Maybe a little bit of exaggeration, but we've played like at least 4 or 5 hours every day. This guy doesn't go to bed till 10 a.m. Okay, we're grinding games. I used to think he was a lot better in NPZ, bro. I win like I should not be beating Harmless in any setting. But I beat him in like maybe 1 of every 3 games in NPZ. He thinks he's way better at moving now. And I've heard from other players in the community that he's a top 10 moving player.
Top 10, I don't think they see the extent of the community.
But he's still here.
I mean, obviously, there's no
doubt that he's still here.
Around it. Yeah, for sure. Maybe he's just nervous playing against you. Could imagine losing to a washed TikToker?
Okay, dude. Okay.
Nah, that can't.
Okay. Settle down here, buddy. Okay. I'm a YouTuber now. Also, you know what Harmless has that a lot of other players maybe don't have? Really important.
Nice dog.
Great dog. Picture up screen here. Shout out to Simba. Also, Russia, which will be,
Big
I think,
evil.
the decider for a lot of these games. Dude, getting a slightly better guess from Russia will be night and day in this tournament. And he's probably arguably the top 3 Russia players.
Yeah. Jupa, Troboda, Harmless.
Jupa, Harmless, yeah. Speaking of Jupa, does anyone in the community have more hours played than Jupa?
Hours spent on the game.
Hours spent on the game, grinding. I know who else you're thinking of, but I don't think Jupa, I don't think it's even close, dude.
It's not even close, probably.
And with that, he comes with a lot of knowledge. When it comes to random knowledge about random things that you never knew about or probably will never care about, Jupa has all that memorized. We're talking copyrights on roads in Argentina. We're talking about smudges on Brazil. We're talking about the most random fake metas ever. I mean, he's here too, you know? Like, that's a no-brainer.
But you also have to mention, it's like kind of like a double-edged sword. If you have so much knowledge, you sometimes are just getting gaslit by your previous like locations.
Yeah, you're like, wait, I've seen this smudge on the 49, you know, but just, and you go with the 49, but it's because you're tunnel vision on that one thing. Sometimes too much information can be the death of you, but he knows a lot. I love Jupa. I think out of the top 8 players, he makes the best guesses, but also probably the most inconsistent guesses.
I could agree with that. Sometimes when there's like nothing he knows, and it's just like, okay, he focuses too much on what he's like looking for, and he's not looking at the actual image.
He makes some silly goose moments, as we all do. That's the fun of the game, you know? Kodiak.
Kodiak.
All right, we're friends with Kodiak, so we can say negative things about him, right?
True.
He's likely to win. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Easily see him making the finals.
Yeah,
great moving knowledge. He's been playing great in NPZ. Great no move player. Almost maybe more of a no move player than moving player. And he knows how to play comp really well. In the format of the World Cup, like I feel like he understands the settings on how to optimize like score like pretty well in my opinion.
Yeah. He just makes like some guesses which are like completely insane. Pulling random, like knowing the roads. Not based like of, oh, I saw the smudge. It's just like, okay, I saw the road before. For him, it's just like, okay, he just memorizes the locations. And he just like pulls something out and then he's just, okay, I got right road 10 kilometers.
Or like it looks like this road.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And he also just has so much like geographical knowledge of place names and things like that from moving experience.
And terrain. I think terrain is very underrated to like understand.
Yeah. Shout out to New Zealand.
I love New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah, I think we can agree there. Kodiak, I would not be surprised at all if Kodiak win the whole tournament. You know, it's one of those things. Okay, yeah, so we agree on Kodiak.
Speaking of Germany.
Speaking of Germany, Lindley. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think Lindley's likely to win too. He's coming from the qualies, but I see Lindley as like an underdog likely to win. He knows a lot of things and he grinds and he knows comp settings and like playing moving games and under pressure. Like, didn't he get pretty high on the leaderboard?
Very high win rate.
Obviously, like leaderboard status means absolutely nothing, but it shows somewhat of a status. I think I put Lindley at likely to win. He knows a lot of like niche things.
And he's grinding big countries, which is very important.
Lindley's here to win, you know?
He's one of the few people that have asked me for a New Zealand lesson. One of the few people who were like, wait, New Zealand is actually pretty like long as a country. You can lose a lot of points here.
Yeah, so he's like going out of his way to like make sure he fills in some gaps, which is like very respectable. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of people are looking at the tournament as like oh yay, fun. We get to go play geoguessr competitively and maybe win money. But Lindley's like, I'm here to win and I also get to see my friends, you know? He's taking it pretty seriously. I actually really like that. Not saying any player here isn't taking it serious. Yeah, Mackham.
Mackham.
I think you put Mackham likely to win too.
Yeah. I have an interesting take. Kodiak and Mackham have a very similar skill.
They're the exact same player. And that's because
they're like
play
pretty much
so
the same player.
Yeah.
Kodiak a bit better no move, Mackham a bit better moving. That's like the only difference I would make. Other than that, I feel like they are very similar in skill level.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. All right, Mate Potato.
I mean, he cheats in our private lobbies, that's for sure. This is a joke, by the way.
It's a joke.
He doesn't cheat.
Mate Potato's. I'm putting Mate Potato that could win.
I would have ranked him one higher.
I see him as a great player, as a great competitor, but like you have to have a cutoff somewhere. He's at that cutoff, I think.
So it shall be.
I mean, he's great at moving. He has some insane guesses we play privately in 1v1s. And we're like, okay, you're cheating. You have to stop. Like, turn your script off. We actually kind of got like re-raged to him yesterday, Ziggy. We actually.
I was a bit mad because he was kept saying oh, I'm so tired, I need to go to bed because I have to wake up in 4 hours, and then he beats me in NPC games, and I'm like, bro, stop cheating.
It was pretty funny, honestly.
Obviously, all banter.
Yeah, it's all like, you know. Shout out to ACW. Speaking of ACW, I feel like map makers have an extreme advantage in this tournament. I feel like that isn't talked about enough. Like Debray, what percent of knowledge of Debray comes from map making?
80%.
80%. Made Potato is behind ACW. He does some map making. Geoguessr mainly from map making. You know, like it's such an underrated way to learn.
And watching streams. I think you can also just pick up stuff by watching other people play.
Yeah,
that are good.
That's pretty true. Like watching the World Cup October 13th and 14th.
Hey.
That will be probably the most educational piece of content you could probably ever consume. Not gonna lie.
On twitch.tv/rainbolt.
And twitch.tv/geoguessr. Anyways, all right. Yeah, I think this is fair for Mate Potato. Maybe you could put him here. Mate, I love you. Okay. All right, Quark Sauce. This is another one where it's like, I just don't know enough about Quark Sauce.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he has one problem.
Quark Sauce is here or here.
He has to grind Geo while he has to feed his children.
True. For most people here, like, geoguessr is their way of life. You know, it's like all they have to grind. Some people have outside responsibilities. Yeah, I think Quark Sauce is like a reputable person in the community that could easily pull off some good guesses and win some good games. Again, it's just maybe more of a lack of understanding from me. Underdog.
That's fair. We have to put some people there.
You have to. Listen, my opinion means absolutely nothing, first of all, right? This is all for fun, okay? This is all for fun. And maybe to create some drama, okay? Maybe a little bit of drama, but no players here are going to take this hard. And also, if you're in the underdog category here, I'm like the middle school teacher now that told you you'll never do anything in life. And so when you win, this video can be in your documentary. So it's a win-win.
Hey, prove him wrong. Prove him wrong.
Prove me wrong, man. I want to see. Dude, if CG wins the whole tourney, I would, like, it could happen. That's the beauty of geoguessr, bro, is like anything could theoretically happen because you really have to only be the best player for 2 days. And you have to have a couple good guesses and you're good, man. All right, RC.
Top 5 player. What can I say? I think he's very insane at the game.
I almost want to put him there. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, he's up there for sure. I mean, when I say top 5 player, that's...
He's 1 or 2 in my opinion. Or 3. He's top 5. It's so hard to judge skill.
It's so hard.
Because everyone has so many different skill sets that they're good at and thrive in. I think RC makes the most insane callouts in for the most insane reason. They're like, wait, why did you know that? Why did you know that Mexico had Gen 4 blue car only in this region of the world? Yeah. He doesn't play the game very much. He sits there and studies regions of the world on Mapmaker and just memorizes and maps out different metas for different countries.
A lot of times, like, when you ask people, like, why did you guess there? Most people will say, like, oh, we have this meta with this meta. When we asked him, it's like, coverage like this is pretty common there.
He has like so many different random things and vibes memorized. It's like almost impossible to beat in the most like insane way. You're like, there's no way this guy is legit, you know? But you know he is. But you're like, how the hell would you make that guess? Like, it's just such a fascinating. I don't think anyone plays the game like RC does.
I agree with that.
Dude, we're glazing RC so hard right now. Holy. Okay.
It's actually true.
Yeah, bro, I gotta stop the glaze. Okay, RC, I love you. Anna, likely to win, right?
Yeah. Can I make another comparison? Maybe Kodiak, Anna, and Makima are the same player.
You see a trend here?
I see a trend, yeah.
That's your friend. You are who you surround yourself with. Me and Zigzag are similar players. Me and you, we used to be similar.
Wow. Are you saying I changed?
You changed, bro. You changed. You went and played moving games.
Wow. I went down a dark path.
You went down a dark path. Kodiak and Macam, I all put like very, very high level players. There's not a doubt in my mind that any of these players could win the whole World Cup. You know? Is Anna the best moving? Blinky. Is Anna the top 3 moving player in the world? I put Anna top 3, I think.
So, yeah. Inconsistency and stuff. And she can even 5k without labels, without compass. I mean...
Anna's just a goat. Love Anna. Okay.
Insane knowledge of maps and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Sheena. So if you guys don't know, Sheena is a Japanese representation, and so geoguessr, probably like most games, it's pretty community focused, right? So like everyone has their own community. You know, there's like the Plonket community, there's different discords for different YouTubers and different communities. The Japanese community is kind of on their own, and it's very developing right now. And so like they have a late start to where any other player here has been playing the game for a lot longer, and Japan is kind of just now getting on the wave. I still think like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I think because he hasn't been playing the game for as long and isn't as experienced, that he's an underdog. Based off what we've seen, Ziggy, we're friends with him on geoguessr, and we can see like when people play games. And we've seen some of his games where he like absolutely pops off, and you're like, wait, how did he make that guess? That makes no sense. And we're talking about people that grind the game a lot for the World Cup. I think Sheena is coming to the World Cup knowing he's an underdog and is trying to catch up as much as he can. I think he's doing a good job at it.
Yeah, maybe that's fueling his motivation here. Nobody knows who I am. Might as well pull up and perform. Yeah. He's putting in work, and I like that.
He's grinding, and he's grinding country-specific maps too, which is like so important. All right, Topotic, the Spanish goat.
Good old Topotic. Do we even have to debate here?
No, he's a probably one.
No way going around Topotic up there. He's been playing the game for how long? I'm not even sure.
5 years plus, maybe, right? There's sometimes there's like, you don't know what to say about player sites. They're just good. You know, they're just good.
Yeah, because I think he was like kind of away for like maybe a year or something, and then he came back and used all of the new things that have been discovered and instantly knew them. There was like almost no period where he was like a washed player.
He's just so smart, bro. He just knows so much about everything too. How controversial are our top 7? Like, do you think many people would disagree with this?
I don't think so. This is so set for me in stone. There's no way you can put anyone in there or pull anyone out.
Maybe one of these 3 players, you know, you put up there.
Yeah, I think between the lower tiers, there might be like, we don't see what people are doing. People are grinding in silence. They don't have to show how good they are.
That's the thing about the geoguessr community is that like it's not like we're playing CS:GO where like everything is so public and all the pro players are like known and all their games are out there and you can see so much information, you know? Some of it's just like knowing these players for so long and knowing how consistent they are and like how many different things they know that is just absurd. And speaking of that, Ziggy, should we do it? I think we were both thinking it.
I saw it coming because all the like very top players are gone already, so I think we kind of agreed upon our number 1 pick, none other than Traboda from Singapore.
Or, as some might say, Tragoda.
Tragoda, true.
Listen, no one watching this video, unless you're like very, very within the community, knows what the name we just said is. He's played in what, 2 tourneys maybe?
3?
This is a niche. This is a deep cut for most players. If you're like a new viewer to the geoguessr community.
Where do we even start?
I don't even know where.
Where do we even start?
This is where you start. Ziggy, I guarantee if you open up your activities list right now on your friends list and scroll down, you'll see a random 24.7k from Traboda on ACW in like 2 seconds. There's like the most nonchalant thing ever. This guy just randomly gets 24ks on ACW, but it'll be like the most random time ever. And now you see Traboda is playing an AI generated Chile. Traboda is playing an AI generated Mongolia. Like this guy's just grinding, bro. And he's like, it's high scores.
It's something funny. It's high scores, and then I'm like, oh, he got 24k on ACW. It's like, yeah, that's a pretty good score for.
It must be like a, it must be like a Hong Kong.
I click on it. It's 10-second NPC, and he has a Brazil round and an Indonesia round. Like, yeah, what am I seeing here? That's like his skill set. He is insanely good in every big country. Super good at Russia, super good at Indo. Brazil, obviously, because he associates a lot with Jupa.
And he's been like this for as long as I know him, for like the past 2 years. And he's also probably one of those humble guys, so you always have to root for the humble ones.
And also, you never see him like post anything anywhere. Like, if you're not his friend, you won't see it.
He just gets like a random 24k. I would spam that in every Discord I know. Look at this. But he just like, oh, on to the next game. That was cool. It's funny that we both knew that it was going to be Traboda there.
Maybe we should mention that he's also very consistent. I don't see him making a lot of bad guesses. Same with like Consus and RC, Harmless. All the top players usually are very like consistent.
But can he perform under pressure in a live audience in front of people? Doesn't have the tourney experience really. You know, he's good in his room grinding ACW, but on the big stage, you know, lights on you, can you keep it is a question, you know? I've only talked to Traboda like 4 times, and I've always felt it as like a monumental moment of my life. Sometimes I just randomly ping him in Discord, hi Traboda, thinking of you. And he'll say, thanks, you too. And I'll be like, oh, that's my boy, I love you, Traboda. Anyways, Wolf, likely to win, would you say?
To win, knows a lot of stuff, map making.
Yeah, OG of the community. He's also very like anti-car and things like that, which might actually, as bad as it sounds, might come at a disadvantage. But I feel like he's learned a lot recently, and he's grinding pretty hard, and he's pretty consistent. And he's just like very good at vibe guessing, like very rural areas, I feel like. Wolf is how I got introduced to learning the game. So everything I learned in like the first 3 months of my existence on geoguessr is because of Wolf. So personally, he's my fan favorite who I'm rooting for to win. I think he can do it, and I hope he does do it. Also, his avatar looks exactly like him, so that's kind of funny. Alright, back. I don't know how this happened. I went through the page and I thought I downloaded everyone, but I skipped over Jake Lyons. So we'll do Jake next, and we'll leave Zigzag for last, shall we? Where do you put Jake here? You put him at could win or underdog? Jake has been playing well. He has a series on his YouTube, if you guys haven't seen, where he's playing everyone in this World Cup every day leading up to the point. So one video released today where he plays 5 games against every player in the World Cup. I recommend it. You guys should give it a watch. It's pretty cool. He's been playing well. Jake is a moving main.
Yeah.
This tournament, like we said, is just like it's not in the favor of moving players at all, you know?
Yes, especially because even the moving mode itself, it can be like a bit abused.
One, it doesn't reward 5Ks, which the Jake is very good at. It rewards knowing information very quickly, getting that information very quickly, and knowing where that information is, and making an educated guess based off that information. Jake has that, but is it enough is a question. Jake also, on the no move in the PZ games, I feel like he second guesses himself a lot and doesn't really trust his gut, or just kind of gets in his head, as we all do.
A lot of things could actually depend on how your first game goes. I think if you win your first game,
momentum, bro. Even if you lose the first game but get like 2 good guesses, the confidence boost in your next game is through the roof. Can he keep momentum and can he keep consistency? I think I would put him at could win.
Yeah.
Dude, are we discrediting CG?
It's like a one game type thing again. Like,
yeah, I feel like CG has so much good, like...
You already made a story in itself, like the qualifier. Do you remember the first game of the pre-qualifier?
Dude, he was saying, typing in chat, just give it to Brad. Because he wanted to quit because he blundered to get around. Came from 2 tournaments to get invited to the World Cup. And he had already bought a plane ticket and a geoguessr World Cup ticket because he was coming as a viewer. Now he's participating. So that's a pretty cool. If you guys want an underdog to root for, it's CG. That's your underdog story of the match for sure. Okay, Zigzag.
Last but not least.
Certainly not least. Okay,
Probably
this is maybe a hot take. I think Zigzag's likely to win. Dude,
I think he's on the verge of becoming one of the like very top players.
he's grinding so hard, bro. You know what put him in this category for me? I asked in my Discord the other day, or like to a couple friends, just like out of curiosity, like what apps do you guys have in your dock on your iPhone? You know what app Zigzag has in his dock? The flashcards app. If you have the flashcards app on your dock in your iPhone, you're just built different, bro. If you're studying flashcards on your phone in your free time and it's that accessible, like you have to be grinding, bro. Like that says a lot. I think he's at his like top performance he's ever been right now.
Isn't everyone pretty much? The game is just getting like better and better.
Yeah,
Like
you're
people
right.
are just getting insane
Dude,
at the game.
the actual progression of the game in the past 3 months has been kind of insane.
If I went back 1 year, I would be the best player.
Same. You're actually right. It's so much
Super
development in the
crazy
past
to
year.
me.
You have to keep up. That's the thing about geoguessr, bro. You have to keep up. It's an everyday thing. It's everyday, bro.
Japan, super easy.
Indonesia.
Mexico, easy. Indo, completely free.
Russia. Completely free if you spend a week on it, right?
I have a hot take. The only country that's yet to be conquered, Thailand, big country.
That's the only
Nobody
country.
has any clue.
There's like a couple
some
of things
people.
where like, oh yeah, we can go east or like, okay, this might sound like an oversimplification. Peninsula,
No.
east, and Chiang Mai. 3 region guessable
That
things.
is so based, yeah.
Even when you go east because they're like, oh, it looks like Vientiane, like Lao border. It's like Max West. You're like, how the fuck is that Max West? You know? It's learnable, but
Little detour, but cool country.
all right. Thoughts on this? See, these are random. These are not in order.
Yeah, this is homework for the viewers to rank.
Let me know, like, rank your guys' picks 1 through 24. I'm actually really curious to see what you guys maybe have seen other videos of people or have an instinct of, like, things you've seen in the tournaments or things like that. Or if you have no idea and just want to make a random guess, you can come back to it in 3 weeks. And,
Be like, yeah, told you,
like, yeah,
Alok is winning.
I told you that CG was the GOAT, then yeah, you can have your bragging rights. So let me know. And if me and Ziggy have lost all our friendships after this, we'll let you guys know next video. But Ziggy, I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Should we get some opinions on some of the players on what they think of our tier list?
Yeah, sure.
Hi.
All right, RC. Me and Ziggy made a tier list. We want you to fix it, or tell if you think it's like good.
I think Alok is underrated. Likely, maybe.
Okay. Thoughts on our number 1 pick to win?
Traboda? Yeah. I don't know how good he is at moving.
Would you do
Yeah,
this?
this looks pretty good. True.
True. You agree with most of it though, or like for the most part, the general consensus?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
it looks pretty solid.
What are your expectations for the tourney? For yourself, you want to win, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, where do you go
honestly,
home hanging your head versus not hanging your head?
I want to get to top 8, so like day 2.
RC, I think you have a lot of people rooting for you, so you'll do great.
Hello.
Hey, Brad the Chad, opened up the tier list. Yeah,
Traboda to win.
yeah.
I mean, I could see it,
So
honestly.
you have your opportunity here to move around anything you want.
Well, I mean, I did actually make a tier list. I might have been a bit more mean than you guys, unfortunately. I put like 10 people in underdog. There it is.
So this was Brad's. Wow, you have no one that probably will win. So it's number 1 pick to win or likely. Wow, okay.
I just thought probably will win would be just like Blinky as well. So, because of like the World Cup last year and like a lot of the games are going to be moving. I mean, and Blinky's like very good at no moving too. So I feel like just
Wow, I must say,
I don't
putting
know.
RC not in likely to win is kind of crazy.
RC is probably the best out of the could win category, honestly.
This is fair. I think you know what this says more about anything is like how volatile the actual tournament really is going to be. Like,
Yeah, I just felt like the likely to win categories is like if Blinky like messes up, then like it's probably going to be one of those 5. Like if he just has a couple bad games and is out.
yeah. You do the group stages 10 times. How many times does Blinky make it out of the group stages?
Probably 10, honestly. Like
Yeah, okay.
I don't think he ever
Okay,
like
yeah.
top 2 make it out, right? You don't have to win.
Yeah, it's top 2.
Yeah, he should be.
Ziggy said 9.5,
Yeah.
so.
Unless the group's like all from the likely to win as well. Like if you had like a Consist, Debray, harmless Blinky group, like he might lose a couple times, but other than that,
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
mean, this is pretty consistent players that we see in the top here. How much of there is a gap between the top 8 and below the top 8? Like, where does that gap start, you think?
I'm not sure. And same with like the like Japanese player. I don't really know what that guy's like done. So
Yeah.
he could just be like really good and I have no idea, but I didn't really know him, so I just put him
Sure.
kind of down there. We could be surprised, so you never know.
I respect this. It's pretty good. I like it. You came gun
Thanks.
swinging. I respect that.
Yeah, looking forward to the World Cup. It should be exciting.
Who are you rooting for? Like, who is like, oh, I hope X wins?
Even though I put him like lower, probably CG, honestly, because of how far he like had to come to actually make it. Almost lost to me, so you know, there was that. Yeah, I'm glad that he made it all the way, honestly.
Yeah, because then if he wins, you can be like,
I
well,
was-
I guess I could have won the World Cup.
I could, yeah.
True.
Yeah, if I just guessed like the right part of Malaysia that one time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways.
see you then.
All right, Brad. Thank you for your opinion. Hi, Harmless.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good tier list, yeah.
Anything you disagree with?
I mean, I know it says number 1 pick to win, but I would move up Radu and probably Blinky as well. They're tied first for me, and I would probably move up Sheena
To Kazan?
and Meat Potato. Yeah.
So this is your tier list.
Yeah, something like that.
I think this is fair. All right, if you guys enjoyed this and you guys want maybe another one after the World Cup's over and we can like react to this and see how close you were or something, but leave a like, subscribe, or don't. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.